The car here was bought 1993. Somebody called and said, Tony, I have a car here, a MGB, you like it. It's driving, and come and look at it if you like it, whatever it is. I went and looked, found it, very good, and I just said, well, I'll take it. Hi, I'm Tony Lopez. You're tuned in to the Gleaner's Auto Drive. It's a 1970 1800cc twin carburetors, and it's also just normal with points, condensers, all the regular things that an older car like this has. Modifications on these cars was done quite a few years after they came into Jamaica. People bought them and put on Webers. We just wanted to put on carburetors. Recently, I have upgraded put in an electronic system on the distributor, old-time distributor, which uses points and condensers. And every time we want to go somewhere, there's a lot of tuning and boom and going on. Anyway, this electronic system, I just put it in, and this car really does very well. I don't have to tune it. It's economical on the gas and everything like that. No problem. Most other modern day cars is just as good as a modern day car right now. When I bought this car in '93, I was driving it one day on Malines Road, and I discovered that the second gear was jumping out. So I said, well, I'll have to get somebody to look at it and find out what's happening. So eventually I said, if I'm going to fix the gear, I might as well just go through the whole car, strip it, take out the engine, strip it. I took the body, everything down to a friend of mine in his garage, got it resprayed, took the engine out, brought in all the parts from England, set up and overhauled the whole engine. Eventually, this car was off the road for about 15 years. 15 years. The guy who had the engine, he had it there for about 4 or 5 years. Eventually, I had to threaten him. Eventually, he put it in. Then I didn't do any much. Eventually, I took it to another friend of mine. He had it in the garage for about 2 years. He said to me, listen, Tony, take out the car out of my garage. Yeah? I said, all right, okay. I took it out, brought it home here, and did all parts that was there. I put on all the strips here, put on everything, headlights, cleaned up carpeting, put on the whole dashboard here. Eventually I got some parts already were here before, put them in. The seats, I had these put in, that actually are not really, what do you call it there? They're not really screwed down right now. And certain little things. I got an experience. I'm going to tell you something. I got stopped by the police one day. I said to him, he said to me, I said, officer, what you pull me over for? You don't have on a seat belt. I said, officer, this car is 1970, them days a car like this don't have no seat belt. Pull over. Gave me a ticket, $500 I paid. But before that, while I was repairing this car, I took the chance, drove it to the gas station, not far from home, and while I was going down the road, I saw a police car. I ran into the gas station and I told the gas man, I said, listen, give me some gas now. He said, Mr. Lopez, so the police are behind you? I said, yes, all right. He came out. The police came and asked me, where are the papers for the car? I said, officer, to be honest, I don't have no papers. Well, we're going to have to move it, I said, no, officer, move me instead, please. He laughed. He said, listen, man, He said, where's your license? And not even that I have, officer. Serious? I said, yes, officer, I didn't bring it with me. I just came to buy some gas. You don't see the car is under repair? So eventually, was really threatening to really move the car by wrecker. And I said to him, listen, I don't want the wife here about it, so give me a chance. I won't come back out on the road. So he said, all right, go ahead. And by the time he got into his car, this one was out of the gas station, through the plaza, back home, covered it up and never drove it again. All I did was small works on it, put in the seat and so forth like that. And that is how this car is able to drive now.
Hi, I'm Karim Latouche and we're tuned into another Auto Drive. Now this is a 1970 MGB Roadster. I was also told by the owner that this vehicle was painted multiple times based on the fact that the body needed a lot of work. So if you look at the red, it really stands out, especially in the sunlight. All these panels and all these areas were basically done by the owner. He had to basically insert them and get an electrician to put them up, especially for the headlight. So everything is basically restored and everything is something that was assembled by the owner, giving it that personal experience. A big drawback to this car is that there's no canopy to put over to be a roof. So if it is raining, then you're going to have some problems. But that's something that Tony says that he's going to work on. We're accustomed to having gas tanks at the side of our cars, but for this car, the gas tank is at the rear, which is right here. Now it's time for me to test drive this 1970 MGB Roadster. Alright, so I'm in this car now, and first of all, it's not a power steering, so you're going to have to hold it with both hands to make any turns, and believe me, you're going to feel it in your shoulders. This car was a lot of fun to drive, and Mr. Lopez had a lot of good stories to give. So you must check out this article on our website, gleanerjamaica.com. Just type in 1970 MGB Roadster.